Hello and welcome to another Let's Draw tutorial with Procreate. This is the illustration we'll be completing today, and as always I've provided a brush pack and colour palette for you to download. I've also included 2 images for the background as well, so do be sure to grab those. The canvas size is 2500 by 2500 pixels at 300 dpi, and when you're ready, let's draw. Once we've created our canvas, the first thing we're going to want to do is import the images for our background. So let's head over to our wrench icon. We need to be on Add, and it does depend on where you saved the images. If you saved them as a photo, then you'll need to select Insert a Photo and then select them from your gallery. If, like me, you saved it as a file, then you'll need to select Insert a File. Save mine to my iPad. And the first one that we're going to import onto our canvas is the winter trees. So we're going to tap on that. And now that will import over onto layer 1. Let's go over to our arrow tool. Let's just pinch with 2 fingers just to make the canvas a little bit smaller so we can see the 4 corners nice and clearly. We're then going to just tap here to fit to canvas. And then we're going to grab this node here in uniform, and we're going to stretch it out until it covers that edge of the canvas. And then again, we're going to go ahead and stretch it out on this side too. And then tap on the arrow when you're done. We're then going to go over to our layers. We're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to tap on the N and we're going to scroll up to multiply. We're then going to go over to our colour palette and we're going to select the second colour. We're going to go over to our brush set and we're going to select the soft brush. I've got the opacity set to 100% and the size, let's set that up to, let's say 35%. And I just want to darken up ever so slightly this bottom edge here of our trees with very light pressure, and then just building that up. Then we can go over to our Magic Wand tool, Gaussian Blur. And if we slide our pencil from left to right, we can pop in, let's say a 35% blur, and then tap on the Magic Wand tool when you're done. We're then going to go back to our layers. We're going to go back to layer 1 for a moment, and we are going to go over to our Magic Wand tool, Gaussian Blur, and let's pop in a, let's have a look, let's say a 6% blur here, and then tap on the Magic Wand tool when you're done. Let's go back to our layers. Let's tap onto layer 2. We're going to go over to our wrench icon. We're going to insert a file over onto my iPad, and then we're going to find the condensation image. We're going to tap on it. We are then going to tap on Fit to Canvas, and then again we're going to stretch this out so it covers the entirety of the canvas, and on this side too. Tap on the arrow when you're done. We're then going to go over to our layers. We're going to tap on the N, and then we are going to scroll down to find Hard Light. And then we're going to reduce that opacity down to, let's say, 25%. And then tap on that layer to come out of that menu. We're then going to drag this image so that it's sitting now on top of layer 1. And then we're going to slide to the left and duplicate it. We're going to drag this inserted image above layer 2. We're going to tap here on the HL. And we're going to scroll up this time until we find Linear Burn. And then we're going to increase that opacity up to, let's say, 45%. Then tap on that layer to come out of that menu. Now we're ready to start adding in the window sticker. So let's tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to switch out our colour now to that first colour. We're going to go over to our brushes and just make sure we're on the Monoline Smooth. I've got the opacity set to 100% and the size is set to 10%. And we're just going to draw in a circle, holding your pencil in place to snap to the quick shape, and then tap one finger on the canvas to make it strictly round. We're then going to go over to our arrow tool, and with uniform selected and snapping turned on, I might just make it a smidge bigger. And if I tap on this node here, you can see my dimensions, and you're more than welcome to punch those numbers in. We are then going to move this circle so that it is sitting in the centre of our canvas. So you need to move it around until you find those crosshairs, and then tap on the arrow when you're done. Now let's start adding in the elements for our sticker. So let's go over to our layers. we're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer and drag this underneath layer 5. And while we've got the monoline smooth selected, we're going to go from edge to edge and we're going to draw in the snowy ground here on the bottom of our sticker. So I'm going to start here and add in a wavy line and then drag and drop that colour in. And don't worry about the excess, we're going to get rid of those in a moment. We're then going to go over to our layers, tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to switch out our brush now to the stylised fir tree. We've got the opacity set to 100% and let's start the size off at 35%. Let's tap on the canvas, go over to our arrow tool, and I'm going to just drag this down to fit roughly about here. Let's go back to our layers. We're going to slide this layer to left and duplicate it. We're going to go over to our arrow tool. With uniform selected, we're just going to make this one a smidge smaller and then bring that over to the left-hand side like so. And I might make it a little bit smaller still and then pop it back down here. We're then going to go over to our layers. We're going to tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to switch out our brush now to Deer 1. We've got the opacity set to 100% and the size is set to 60%. Let's just tap on the canvas, go over to our arrow tool and just make sure all his hooves are sitting on the ground. We're then going to go over to our layers, tap the plus sign for a new layer, switch out our brush to Deer 2. Got the opacity set to 100% and the size is set to 50%. Let's tap on the canvas, go over to our arrow tool and then position this one roughly about here. Let's go back to our layers, tap the plus sign for a new layer, switch out our brush to Deer 3. Got the opacity set to 100% and the size is set to 75%. Let's tap on the canvas, go to our arrow tool and then bring him down so he's touching the ground like so. We're then going to go over to our layers and we can actually pinch those 3 layers together. Let's go back to our arrow tool, again with the uniform and snapping turned on, and let's just position these dead in the centre, the vertical centre of the canvas. And then tap on the arrow when you're done. We're then going to go to our layers, tap the plus sign for a new layer. I'm going to switch out our brush to the crescent moon. We've got the opacity set to 100% and the size is set to 25%. We're going to tap on the canvas. I'm actually quite happy with the position in there. We're then going to go back to our layers, tap the plus sign for a new layer. We're going to switch out our brush now to the Playful Snow brush. We've got the opacity set to 100% and the size is set to around 30%. Without lifting our pencil up, we're just going to add in this Playful Snow all over. Until we have something that looks like this. And then we're going to go back to our layers. And just to make this a little bit more opaque, let's duplicate that twice and then pinch those 2 layers together. Now, if you're happy with the positioning of your elements, we can actually start merging those together. So let's go over to our layers and then we're going to pinch these layers together. We're going to go over to layer 5, the circle. We're going to go over to our S-shaped ribbon. We need to be in automatic with colour fill turned on, and let's just tap here in the centre of our circle. We're then going to tap invert. We're going to go back to our layers. We're going to go over to layer 6, we're going to tap on it, and then we're going to select clear. So now that will get rid of all of that excess around our sticker. And now we're ready to actually pinch these 2 layers together. And if I slide layer 6 to the left and duplicate it, we're going to go to the bottom one, we're going to tap on the end and scroll up to multiply. We're going to tap on this layer again and we're going to alpha lock it. We're then going to switch out our colour now to the last colour, go back to our layers, tap on this bottom layer 6 and we're going to fill it. We're going to tap on it, we're going to remove the alpha lock, we're going to go over to our arrow tool with uniform selected, but we can actually turn snapping off here and we're just going to add a bit of a shadow behind our sticker just to give it some depth. So I'm bringing it down and to the right slightly. Tap on the arrow when you're done. Let's go over to our magic wand tool. Let's add in a Gaussian blur of, let's say, 1 or 2%. I might actually stop at 1% here. And then tap on the magic wand tool when you're done. Let's go back to our layers. We can slide this to left and duplicate it just to make it a little bit more intense. It's very subtle, but it's there. And we can pinch those 2 layers together. And if I pinch with 2 fingers and go full screen with 4, that's today's tutorial complete. Thank you so much for following till the end. I hope you had fun with this Christmas tutorial. Please do come and share your designs with me over on Instagram, as I really love seeing them, and I'll give you a shout out to my stories as well. And if you don't already know, I have a Patreon account where I post 3 exclusive Procreate tutorials a month. You can come and join me over there with a 7-day free trial. I'll leave a link to all of my socials in the description below. Now please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, smash that like button and hit the bell for future notifications. And with all that said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.